Greetings everybody and welcome back. So today I want to talk about an experience I had in Miami. I had a spiritual experience in Miami. So the way this played out, in the beginning of the day, I had somebody else's YouTube video predict exactly how my day was supposed to go. But little did I know that was just the universe speaking to me, telling me exactly what I'm going to be doing when I'm supposed to be doing it. And what that video was mainly about was receiving your blessings through giving, through providing service, through providing love for people. And the message that kept getting repeated to me a few times was, and I'm not quoting this perfectly, but it was somewhere along the lines of pay attention to the homeless guy on the street or the poor person on the street because they could be the one that is going to give you your blessing. Currently, right now, I'm in a state where homelessness is very big. It's called panhandling. I'm sure it's called that in a lot of other places. But usually there's a lot of professional ones and there's some that are actually genuinely struggling. But it's really hard to tell. And a lot of the times I've always just been a little more negligent to who's around me and who's asking or who's walking up to my window when you get off the expressway. They sit at intersections and hold signs up. You can never tell who's being genuine with you and who's just playing a part. So after the video was over, I kind of thought about it a little bit, and then as I proceeded to get ready to go on about my day, I kind of forgot about it. And the day that I happened to see this video was the day that I just spontaneously felt as if I needed to go to Miami. And Miami is something I actually genuinely like to do by myself. It's one of those places where I just kind of like to walk around, check the scenery, check the architecture, just meet random people, feel the energy, work out on the beach, be on the beach, walk on the beach. If you're going there with good intention, it's a lot more fun. I promise you, it is a lot more fun. As I'm driving down to Miami, I'm getting number after number after number after number after number. Synchronicities are literally just showering everywhere I look. Everywhere I look, I wish I could make this up, but literally everywhere. All different kinds. And I was even documenting them a little bit, and I was sending them back and forth to my best friend and his wife, just like, look at these. Look at all this synchronicity here. I was always supposed to drive down here. And no, I didn't do it while I was driving. I did it while I stopped. But after that, the closer and closer I got to Miami, it all started to just feel really natural. I kind of looked at the skyline of where I was going to. I was heading towards South Beach. I saw the buildings and everything, and I had this wave of, hello Miami, I'm here to raise your vibration. It was the weirdest feeling. I literally felt like I was being sent there to just raise the vibration of the place at that time. That's what I was feeling. And that feeling was so strong that I just stuck with it and kept going. Fast forward a little bit, I get to my destination, I park, I'm walking down. Actually, rewind. I get out of my car and the license plate next to me actually has the number I see most when I know that where I'm supposed to be at that exact time. It's 37. The last two digits on that license plate were 37. So I got out, I saw it, I looked at it, and I smiled and walked out of the parking garage. So I'm walking around the strip, walking around the beach, walking around town, just looking at things, waving at people, smiling at people, exchanging conversation. And everywhere I look, the numbers they don't stop. The actual messages on billboards and shop windows, there's little things written, and those little messages spoke to me in perfect synchronicity. So I absolutely knew I was supposed to be here that day. For whatever reason, to meet whoever, to encounter whatever, I just threw my ambitions to the wind and just walked around aimlessly, seeing where I would end up at whatever time. Just totally spontaneous. And then after I was done with the strip and that side of, that side of town, I kind of just wandered to where it was going to be a little more quiet for a bit. I took a stroll, just no music, just felt where I was, just looked around, gazed, really just felt and just tried to feel connected with my environment. And as I'm walking, there's a man sitting on the side of the road, or on the sidewalk, I should say. He's just sitting there. He looks homeless. I can't tell, I kind of, in my head, I'm just like, nah, whatever. And he's holding, just a cup, not saying a word, not looking at anybody, just sitting there. And I walk past and it hits me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, was I supposed to give him money? Was I supposed to give him something? Was I supposed to give him love? What was I supposed to do? And I just felt stuck for a second. I was like, I just didn't know what to do. And a few seconds later, I felt totally fine. It was like nothing. I was like, all right. It's like, don't overthink this. As I keep walking, I end up at this place called the Lincoln Street Mall, and I'm walking around, and I love this place. I do. It's fun. It's like outdoor shopping and restaurants and little booths and tents of people giving you food or selling you food or drinks or whatever it may be, some jewelry, some clothing. It's just like little outdoor, little street fair all the time. But there's also stores and all that kind of stuff. So I stop at a tent that every time I'm down there, I can't help but go to. It's where they just open up fresh Florida coconuts and they serve it to you cold, and you can pick any size you want. And as I'm talking to the woman who's making the drink for me and all that, I hear someone saying in a tone behind me, just, hello, hello. And I didn't think anything of it. So what I do, as I'm paying for my drink, I just reach in my wallet and grab whatever cash I had. It wasn't anything crazy, it was a couple dollars. And I just left everything there. I turned around and it was a man with a dog that looks like it hasn't eaten or anything like that. And I just felt torn. I just looked at him, I smiled, and I just put whatever I had in his cup. And he looks at me and he goes, bless you. I bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. And at that moment, I felt that I completed a mission. I gave and a blessing was received. Now, I do not know exactly what that blessing is. I could be totally wrong, but I could totally not be. And I knew that my mission was to display that pure, genuine love to a stranger, whether they are in need or not. If they're just playing a part, it doesn't matter. I was there to display unconditional, genuine love for people to see. After I gave him the money, I walked away and paid attention to nobody around me and just kept my sights forward. But I felt everyone. I felt everybody staring at me, and I felt that energy. And that energy was just astonishment. I shook the ground where I was just by that little gesture. And that is exactly why I needed to be there. It was spiritual growth, not just for me, but for that particular place, for the people that were where I was at that time. And that will spread a domino effect. And after I processed everything at the end of the day, and the craziest thing happened to me while I was just walking around looking for food. I was totally on the opposite side of where I just was, past the strip, on the opposite side of Miami, and it was very quiet. Very quiet. There was neighborhoods, some restaurants, just a little more peaceful. And as I'm walking, just looking at my phone, which really isn't the smartest thing to do because you can still get hurt or hurt somebody or just make a complete fool of yourself, I noticed something in the corner of my eye on the ground. It was a $5 bill. I never find money, and I never really look for money. I know there's people out there that do. I don't. I just kind of observe I'm always self-aware. I am always very observant of my surroundings. I have very broad spatial awareness. But that's not what my sights are on. That is not what my mind is on. So I looked at it, I was just like, oh, cool, money. I was like, thank you. I said, thank you. Thank you, universe, for letting me find this. So I'm walking and then I'm walking. I'm looking for food now, and I can't really find any place that looks appealing to me. There's a huge selection down there, but not everything is something I can have. And while I'm just kind of wandering around this little part of the village, I look at my phone again and I see a picture from a collective spiritual page or like a motivational page, and it says, every dollar you give will come back to you doubled. And I stopped and I froze and I laughed, and I was just like, wow, I gave this man a couple of dollars, he blessed me, and I found my money doubled. Now, not to say that's the blessing, that's not the blessing. What I think the blessing was to show that when you exercise everything in love and you give everything that you have, from a place of love, you will receive that love and that gratitude and that generosity back double or 10 times. You will. Because if you're like me, there's definitely a part of you, that 3D ego part of you, that's like, am I crazy? Is any of this really real? You know, it likes to creep in every now and then. Whether or not that $5 was the blessing or not, it was one of those moments that completely washed away any doubt I ever had in trusting the universe, any doubt I had in letting go and just trusting. It totally washed it away and solidified that the universe, everything around you, works in your favor when you give and set out your intentions into the world that come from a place of love and gratitude. Okay guys, that is the end of this video. I just wanted to make something really quick for you. I really wanted to share this experience with you. I felt that it was very important to share this with the world. It is something that we all need to do better on. It is something that we could all strive to do better on. Is just work on giving love, work on gratitude, just being respectful and loving to everything and everyone around us. It is so crucial, especially right now. It is so crucial in this point in time, especially for you, not just everyone else. It is most important for you. Remember that. And alright guys, that's the end of this video. I really enjoyed speaking about this. I have been aching to talk about this since Saturday, and I'm so happy I could finally be doing this right now. Please let me know below any experience you've had similar to this, where the universe gave you a message, or you had a sign, or had a situation where you were just like, oh my gosh, I did everything that I was supposed to do. Thank you, universe. And please let me know below of any situation or any moment in time where you just stopped, where you went through something, or where you were just like, thank you, universe, thank you so much. Where you just felt that connection, where you felt that fulfillment, where you felt like you actually physically, cognitively, spiritually, emotionally saw and got the message and understood it fully. Please let me know. And also guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care. Go give as much love as you possibly can to everyone, especially yourself. Take care, my enthusiasts. Until next time.